All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Boston Celtic video. This actually might be my first ever Boston Celtic video. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. I post NBA videos every single day. If you guys want more Celtics comment, be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment down below. We're trying to hit 9,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so every new subscriber, thank you guys so much. To all my returning subscribers, thank you guys for continuing to watch the videos and supporting. So the Boston Celtics, 3 straight wins. They beat my Houston Rockets there last night. Now, it's not so much that they beat the Houston Rockets, but they're on a 3-game winning streak right now. They've won 6 out of their last 8 games. Jayson Tatum is red hot. Jaylen Brown just returned. Robert Williams just returned. And they're getting really good production from guys like Dennis Schroeder, guys like Grant Williams. They're a really intriguing team. Now, I think, obviously, they should be able to make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. They have a good enough roster to make the playoffs, and they should be relatively safe, barring, any crazy injuries or anything like that. But, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those 2 guys are enough to at least get you to the playoffs at the very least. So, Boston right now, it's really intriguing because you have a starting lineup of Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. Now, they had some defensive issues to start the season. In the last 2 weeks, they are ranked number 5 in defensive rating. They had some transitional issues. Last 3 games, they've been much better in transition, especially guarding in transition. So they're making a lot of improvements. And I look at guys like Jayson Tatum, who's averaging 26 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He's red hot right now. He is absolutely red hot. But as Marcus Smart stated right after their loss to the Chicago Bulls, who since then they had a players meeting, which players meetings pretty much have shown to be extremely useful. Like any team who has a players only meeting, they typically go on the rise. They're typically on the incline after that. That's exactly what's been going on since the players only meeting, where Marcus Smart was getting frustrated at Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown passing the ball. But I look at a game like last night where you're playing the lowly Rockets, who, they make you run. It's not easy, but you want to see like maybe not so much Jayson Tatum. 3 assists is okay. But Jaylen Brown last night, I get he returned. He's on a minutes restriction, but 0 assists. 0 assists. They definitely need to start passing the ball more. Like, there was a ton of ISO ball last night. They still heavily rely on ISO ball. There's nothing really wrong with ISO ball, but you cannot rely on it too much. It's not going to win you a championship. So I think Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown need to start passing that ball a little bit more. Really nice to see Robert Williams return because he is a huge force for them on the defensive end. Last night, he only took 1 shot. I don't even think he made it. I think his only buckets were at the free throw line, but he only took 1 shot. You're playing the Rockets, who are extremely small. Like, we don't even have a 7-footer on the roster. He was able to get 15 rebounds, which is good, but 2 points. Definitely want to see a little bit more aggression out of Robert Williams. Dennis Schroeder, he's averaging 18 points, 4 assists right now. He's been a huge spark off the bench. And the Celtics, they seem to have a little bit of a dilemma right now where you have Marcus Smart and you have Dennis Schroeder, and a lot of people want Dennis Schroeder to start. I don't think that's the best route. I really don't think that's the best route. I look at the Celtics bench consists of Schroeder, Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, and Grant Williams. And then like Al Horford and his cancer if you really start digging deep. But there's not too many reliable scorers there. So I think if you take Dennis Schroeder, you put him into the starting lineup, you're really sacrificing easy buckets off the bench. If you're getting 18 points per game off the bench from Dennis Schroeder, that's giving you and your team such a good opportunity to win the basketball game. So I think if they were to sacrifice that, I think they would go downhill. Maybe it wouldn't be right away, but they definitely, in my opinion, and I'd love to hear from you guys down below, are much better off having Marcus Smart. I think he's a lot better at playmaking as well, setting other guys up. Much, much better on defense as well. But I know guys like Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, I know they can score, But I'm talking about reliable night in and night out, 18 points per game off the bench. That's solid. Grant Williams, he's also a really, really solid bench piece for him. He's getting about 20 minutes per game right now. He's averaging about 7 points, 3-4 rebounds, 2 assists per game. But he's more of, and he gets compared to PJ Tucker a lot. He's more of that guy who does everything that doesn't really show up in a box score. He'll knock down that open corner three. He'll help produce on offense, and he'll play really good defense. But you're not going to see anything in the box score every night where you're like, wow, Grant Williams, like, have a game. Like, he's red hot right now, averaging 20 points. That's not the sitch. Maybe later on in his career when he's getting more than 20 minutes a game, but Grant Williams, offensively and defensively, he has been a huge help to this Boston Celtics team, and I think he's a huge reason that they're meshing really well. Al Horford, I've got his stats right here. 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks per game. Also, real quick, Marcus Smart's averaging 2.3 steals per game. I definitely don't want to put him on the bench. Way too much defensive production to put him on the bench. Al Horford. I could not tell you how old Al Horford is. Al Horford has been in the league since I started watching basketball. When Al Horford retires, I will be very sad. Because my memory of Al Horford is on the Atlanta Hawks with Jeff Teague, with Paul Millsap, with DeMarre Carroll. Like, I love Al Horford. And to see him produce at this age every single night, play good defense, play good offense. He's averaging 2 blocks per game, 9 rebounds, and 13 points. When the Boston Celtics got him back, I was very worried. Because when he was in Philadelphia, he was I can't even believe he was in Philadelphia. I can't even believe it. It seems fake. And now, back in Boston, he's able to produce. I love to see it. I just absolutely love to see it. So, the Boston Celtics, they're 8-6 right now. They're in the playoffs. They should be able to make the playoffs relatively, I don't want to say easy, but they should be able to get a decent seed in the playoffs. After that, I'm not quite sure. I do believe that they have to eventually get rid of either Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown. I think it'll be Jaylen Brown. Jayson Tatum's an absolute superstar. Jaylen Brown, superstar as well, but I don't think that they mesh necessarily good enough to win a championship, or they at the very least need that third piece, that third star type of player. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this Boston Celtics video, hit that like button, hit that sub button, drop a comment down below. I'd love to make more Celtics videos. They're playing good basketball right now. It's cool to watch. So hit the like button. I'll see you guys later.